So many things we've had to say on how to make a better world. The time is now to make or break. We hold our future in our hands.
About like the pillars that build a successful marriage. You know, what are the building blocks towards a healthy marriage, a thriving marriage? Just from your experience, because you know, it could be how you've ironed out things, how you've solved your issues, and maybe what you've gained from it. But what are these pillars that you've seen to be very useful?
All right, so let me begin. Marriage, as we know it, is an institution that was created in the Garden of Eden, in Genesis by God.
Yes.
Where Adam was brought in, and Eve came in later.
Yes.
So, without having God as the foundation, then I think for us believers as Christians, you build on the sand.
Yes.
So, having Christ at the center is the beginning of building a relationship in Christ, and a healthy relationship for that matter.
I see.
What do you think?
Yeah, the other things are we're not going to reinvent the wheel here.
Yes. Yeah.
Respect.
Finance.
Talk about finances, submission, and many times people tend to look at submission from the woman's point of view. But if you look at that verse earlier in Ephesians, I think a verse earlier, it says submit to one another. So the moments when your husband will actually submit, there are moments when you as a wife, I mean, the call is heavy on the women, but there's in marriage there's like a two-way traffic. It's the same way respect is not one way. Respect is, it's not only me respecting my husband. Even when my husband is talking to me, he has to speak to me in a respectful manner. You know? Yeah.
Yes.
So some of those things we can't, I wouldn't say there's need to reinvent the
Yes.
wheel, because they're standard. Communication purely because we think differently. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Just crossed my mind.
Communicating expectations.
Yeah. I'd be here hoping my husband would read what is in my mind. My husband would be here thinking, just see it.
Think about how we lost yesterday.
You know, just I'd be like, what did I do to this guy? This one is in his own world.
Yes.
So if you don't communicate your expectation, then it's a source of conflict. So if you think about pillars, and those become like the building blocks. So a friend of mine once shared with me that always think of your spouse as your teammate, like you're on the same team. So it's like us against the world. So whatever it is that comes your way, your husband is on your team. He's not up against you.
It's not
or
an
your
opponent.
wife is on your team. Yeah. So give them the benefit of doubt. Even when you're in the worst kind of scenarios, your spouse is not, unless they're a narcissistic human, your spouse is not somewhere plotting how to make your life miserable. You know, they're also trying to figure how to navigate that whole situation.
Yes.
So and then the other thing I was just telling him is that I've just also discovered one other point is sometimes just go with the flow. Like sometimes we get too stuck on structure. It has to go like this, then like this. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you wake up and the entire plan you had just goes south. If you get stuck up on the structure, you get too frustrated. So sometimes wake up, do random things, you know, have fun, flexibility, spontaneity. It adds a bit of life to the marriage. The spice to the marriage. So I think off the top of my mind, those would be some of the things. Find time for each other. Understand what makes each other tick. For some people it would be the, you know, I mean, if you go down the love languages, for some people it would be affirmation, for some people it would be quality time, for some people gifts. So find out what works for your spouse, and speak that language in a way that they would understand. And
talk about finances as well. I had it's the second cause of divorce, is it? Ranks highly.
Wow.
And so talk about finances. I remember when we came together, lay down the spreadsheet. I earn this, and then see how you work. You know, builds a healthy relationship.
Wonderful, wonderful. Just if we can pitch a tent on finances a little bit, since it's a very hot topic
Yeah.
for relationships,
Yeah.
and I know different couples do things differently.
Yeah.
Is there a right way of handling finances within a marriage? Is there a proven way that works, or what would you suggest to people who don't know how they're gonna manage their finances?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a good
I've had different
Good
Yeah.
approaches.
Yeah.
For sure. I think you'd really not find a textbook answer in every home.
Yes.
They do it differently.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I think for us,